He's a longtime foe of Spider-Man and Marvel's answer to DC's Killer Croc. Hey guys, today I'll give you the comic book origins of the Lizard. Now the Lizard has become one of Spider-Man's most iconic foes and has gained incredible amounts of popularity through the years, as he's been seen in countless Spider-Man cartoon series and video games, but also made his way onto the big screen in 2012's The Amazing Spider-Man, which ultimately wasn't great. But the Lizard's real name is actually Curtis Connors, who was a surgeon in the army, but ultimately his career as a surgeon ended after he was caught in an explosion which cost him his arm. Returning back to civilization, he dedicated his work to actually cell regeneration by looking at how reptiles could regenerate lost limbs. He worked out a formula of how this worked by using reptilian DNA, and whilst being successful in growing the lost leg of a rabbit back onto it, he ignored his wife's warning about the side effects, and he tested it on himself. While this did regenerate his arm, the side effects turned him into a reptilian-human hybrid known as the Lizard. This made him taller, stronger, faster, more agile, and it also lowered his intelligence and his knowledge, meaning he was unable to produce a cure for himself. He even frightened away his wife and his son and all of the people around him. A while later, when Spider-Man heard about the Lizard in the paper, the Daily Bugle actually called him out and challenged Spider-Man to defeat the Lizard. Going over to Florida, he met up with a reptilian expert called Curtis Connors. But he ultimately came into the crosshairs with the Lizard, who actually threw him half a mile away. Managing to survive this, he was amazed at the creature's increased strength. But he even came across Dr. Connor's wife, who allowed him to use his lab and try to create a cure. Going against the Lizard again, he used the cure and poured it down his throat, which at first didn't work, but over a little more time, it did manage to turn him back to normal. Dr. Connors then developed a friendship with Spider-Man, but ultimately realized that the cure was not permanent, and the Lizard would spontaneously appear once again. But the Lizard also possessed the ability to control other reptiles, such as crocodiles, with his mind. But he did plan to create more of the serum that created the Lizard and try to create more of himself, which is ultimately what the storyline was in The Amazing Spider-Man. But we did see a cameo of Dr. Connors in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, which is the worst one of all. But his abilities include his super strength, agility, speed, reptilian mind control, but even wall crawling as well. And I've actually noticed that a lot of the times when it's the first episode of a Spider-Man cartoon or a Spider-Man film, the Lizard is normally one of the first villains. If it's not the Lizard, then it's either the Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus. But that's about it for the Lizard, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment what you think down below. And I'll come back tomorrow to give you more origin stories. See you guys.